my glasses.
I think so.
Hate it. That's my big complaint about 2020 is the foggy glasses. I actually had a girl on my Facebook who was like, 2020 is the worst. And I was like, maybe next year will be better. She's like, I haven't even been to Six Flags. What? And I was like, wow, okay, that's your big complaint of the year? You haven't been to god-awful Six Flags? Some people live different lives. Next up is from Ciurczak. I still wish it was awesome. Hopefully not, whatever. I'm sorry.
I don't like this slide there.
We give it up for Rob.
I'm walking in.
That was very close.
That was so close. That was so close. Hey, give it up for Nicole, give it up for Brian, give it up for Megan. New era, right? You gotta clean that shit before you fucking do it. Hang on. Alright, so I know the flyer said. I'm taking this out. I know the flyer said local comics. Unfortunately, I am not. I'm actually new here. I really appreciate y'all coming though. And by the way, big thanks to Normal Bar for putting this on. By the way, Athens, amazing. Thank y'all so much for coming out. What an amazing thing y'all are doing. The first time, you know, doing comedy once this whole thing started. So, I promise you I'll keep the COVID shit to a very, very small note, okay? Because literally the first thing I want to talk about is I've been overseas for the last 10 years of my life. And when I came back in March, I thought I was going to a new world. I sure as shit was. Did not expect it to be this one, but I'm very happy to be with you people. Now, I've made some observations. I've been over in Europe and Tokyo and places like that last 10 years, so I've had a lot of fun. There's one thing you guys completely own more than any other country I've been to in my life. Bumper stickers. I didn't think that'd be the thing I'd be talking about tonight, but fucking bumper stickers. Y'all are answering questions no one asked. Fucking fascinating. I swear to God, like, every day I'm driving by some, like, 2003 Pontiac, and I know everything about that person within the first 3 seconds of seeing the car. I don't have to ask questions. I already know. The moment I have a conversation with that person who gets out of the car, I already know exactly what they're going to say. Now, that being said, I did see one that answered every question I needed to know. Long before all the equal sign and all that, the equal rights and stuff like that. We all understand that, yes. This guy, on the back of his very old white pickup truck, that was rickety as shit. It looked like it was being held together by bumper stickers. Had one phrase in the very back window. It said, "The man, the myth, the legend." And when I rolled up next to the guy and I saw him, I went, I should have stopped at myth. Because whatever that guy did to make legend was some horrific shit. So, I'm sorry, I brought my little notebook out here tonight because this is all new shit. This is not anything I've done before, so I really appreciate you guys. Who else has been drinking? A lot lately. Not just me. Do we all have a drinking problem? Are we all pretty sure that we have to up that bar? Alright, cool.
Too much.
So, that being said, hey, cheers Athens, I really appreciate you guys. Promise we'll wipe this down again. My mother is not a drinker. She wanted me to say that. She's not a drinker. She's a 2 glass of wine kind of drinker now. The problem with my mother drinking 2 glasses of wine is she becomes a conversational terrorist. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense to you guys, so I'll go ahead and give you an example. I was at an event with my mom. I'd come back from overseas, and I was at an event with my mother in the middle of a lovely conversation with a large amount of people. My mother said to me, "Are you sure you're not gay?" I had a living girlfriend at the time. I figured she would have figured that out by now. She's also the one who raised me. "Are you sure you're not gay?" I went, "Mom." She went, "I don't know, it'd just be fun." I'm like, does doing drapes mean I have to suck a dick? Do I really have to help you go antiquing by getting butt fucked? What the fuck are you talking about? That makes no sense to me. My sex lives have nothing to do with it. What she was really saying was your personality sucks and I'm done with it. I'd much rather you be someone else. Now, growing up with a mother like that who just speaks off the top of her head has caused me a lot of anxiety and depression and things like this. Now, I've had a friend recently say to me, well, your anxiety and depression comes from you being, you have a low vibration. She's a very spiritual person, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why Michael J. Fox is so chipper. Oh, that's right, there's a 15-year-old joke for you. Look at that shit, pulled that out of nowhere. Ooh, that's right. Michael J. Fox jokes. There's nothing off the table here tonight. Jesus. Well, oh, that's right. Well, so what they're starting to do with anxiety and depression is they're starting to do some studies with psilocybin mushrooms. Yeah? And I've never done psilocybin mushrooms. I've always wanted to. I just didn't want to do them in the wrong place. You know, you can find yourself in a very odd and particular time. Now, I know this particular joke might have a little bit of a dated reference, and I'm going to try to update it for tonight's crowd. But luckily, I'm thinking we're all about the same age. I'm 35. I think we're all kind of in the same realm, so hopefully this will stick, right? But my first thought was, if I do that at a house party, I'm not going to hit immediately. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom, and I'm just be stuck in a fucking Ciurczak video. And the rest of the time, I'll just be chasing a couch, just like, what the fuck? So I decided not to do mushrooms until I go to like Joshua Tree. Then I could just lay there and do dirt angels. Because at least that would be a better fucking world, wouldn't it? Like I said, very, very small in the COVID. Not doing too much of that tonight. All right. Anyone from New York tonight? Any New York people? Anyone been to New York City? Anyone been to that rat's nest? It's an awesome place, don't get me wrong. It's one of my favorite places to visit. I've been there so many times. It's one of my favorite towns. I decided to make the huge mistake of taking my German girlfriend with me on a massive vacation in New York City. And the first thing that happened when we got on the plane was she goes, oh, these seats aren't very comfortable. So we decided to start playing the game of how long is this going to last? It didn't last long. That was about as far as that got. But we did have a good time while we were there. But the first thing that happened when we got there was we went to this lovely, lovely dinner. This massive open seating with these big windows looking out on the streets. Beautiful, beautiful place. But our particular thing that we were looking at was two garbage men fighting over whatever the fuck they're fighting over. And I sat there and watched them with her, she trembling, because she's never seen New York City before, trembling while these two guys got into a massive fist fight, beat each other bloody, quit both on the spot, leaving the truck running right there. I took the tickets for the Phantom of the Opera out of my pocket, tore them in half, and said, there you go. You got your Broadway show. I'm still mad about the airplane. No, I did take it. The other part about New York City that I absolutely adore is the constant spin of shit that is coming at you from every direction. And New York City, unlike Athens, oh, where's my beer? There it is. So I keep taking the mask off, I'm very sorry. The other part about New York City that I absolutely adore is the amount of things that you see just walking through the street. One of the things that you'll definitely see is the heroin addicts. The usual kind of creeps. But every now and then one will say something weird to you. That'll kind of catch your attention. One of which walked up to me and said, "You're white!" Yep. How are you this evening? He mumbled something wrong, moved. That's fine. So I'm going to tell you one last little quick thing. Oh, I want to say one particular special shout out to APD showing up earlier. We really appreciate APD showing up. Probably the least popular Halloween, costume this year. Congratulations, guys. Finally did it. No more sexy cops. All right. So I'm gonna do, now that I've said that, I'm going to do one last quick thing for you. It's called being accidentally racist. I know how sensitive that can be these days. Now, I was living in Tokyo at one point in time. I was living there for 3 years. I had a great time. It was a very, very lovely place. But the first time I got there, I walked by what's called a police box. They have them on every corner. They should definitely do those more here as far as just leaving the lights on, letting you know, like, if there's something wrong, you can definitely come visit them and let them know what's going on. They don't hunt you. That's become so popular here. They do, however, have wanted posters in every single one of them. And the first time I saw a Japanese wanted poster, I went, oh, holy shit, it's the same guy. Just different haircuts. That doesn't feel good. I sat there looking at that for a very, very long time going, this has got to be, you know, this has got to be a racist feeling, right? Turns out, it was the same guy. He was just on the run, they were just doing different haircuts on him to make sure. If you see the guy, you know who to look out for. I wonder how often you can do that with white people. Maybe Ethan Hawke. That may be the one guy you could do that to as far as most white people. Ethan Hawke or Philip Seymour Hoffman. There's always a Hawke to Hoffman ratio there. But, hey guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you all so much. Athens, it's an absolute joy. So again, thank you Nicole, thank you Mick, thank you guys. I really appreciate you all. Thanks Normal Bar. Cheers guys.
Give it up for Rob, everyone. Yeah, it's been a wonderful night. Thank you guys for coming and supporting all of our lovely people. We've got our